Good evening. I just wanted to come give a small message. And I wanted to say the reason I'm so adamant about the things that I believe in and that I go through is because I'm grateful for them. I love the Lord. The way a lot of people love other things in life, that's how I feel about it. That's why I'm alone a lot. It's a choice. It keeps me focused on Him, and I'm not perfect, anything close to it. I just try to put forth effort and time with Him or with Spirit. I believe in Jesus instead of other things. I just do. I try to take accountability for the things that have happened in my life. I appreciate that. I've been in accidents. I've been in car accidents throughout life. I've made it through. I had to hold my best friend's hand while she was dying in Bental. Shot in the head by a little boy we used to take care of. His mom was on drugs. I didn't have any kids at that time. I've had to move a lot in life. I mean, I've been through my own spiritual battles and things, but it's something I wrote down last week. Excuse me, let me get my water. Something I wrote down last week that also helped me understand when I went through a spiritual awakening. It had been happening, but it got strong, real strong. It was like 20. My daughter was supposed to look it up for me. She had some pictures, but I forgot the exact date. But it was years ago. I remember watching the news and I was laying in the bed crying. And they asked me what was wrong. And I said it was a little girl that had died and they found her in the Galveston Bay. I knew what happened to that little girl. Equifax, EquiSearch, I say Equifax, credit. Need to check that, I guess. EquiSearch was out there and different other search teams. And they was interviewing people and talking to people. And I was crying and I said, who did it? I knew who did it. And it's so crazy. 4th of July weekend was in Galveston, walked up on this little ramp. It was a lighthouse. The kids wanted to go see this lighthouse. So we walked up the ramp, but I stopped behind and like put my feet in the water. And I started crying again. And I remember rushing up that ramp and telling them that's where that little girl died at, right in that area. Could have been a week later. Found her on the news. And it was exactly who I said. Her mom had did it. And it was behind a man. Yeah. That was so sad to me. To know that I knew that. Went on a cruise ship. I could hear everybody talking on the ship. And I could see this family. And I knew everything that man had did to his daughter. I just knew. And I remember I got into an argument. And somebody asked me, why would you say that about that man? And blah, blah, blah. I said, because I know. I could hear people talking about people. I could hear everybody conversations. that's when I started understanding. I told my daughter she could go to like a graduation party everybody was going to. Whew, calm myself. That everybody was going to. And when it came time for it, I told her she couldn't go. She was so mad. Well, come to find out, that same party, the whole ceiling fell in, and so many people was injured in that house because it was an overflow of people. They had found out on Facebook. Another party was, I told her she couldn't go, period. It wasn't even a think about it. She just couldn't go. Showed me video image on Facebook, a little boy on the floor and a puddle of blood in the kitchen dead. So that's kind of stuff I started realizing in dreams. I keep having this recurring dream. I keep walking up on this house, and there's a bunch of women in there at this house. It's a lot. And I keep turning around and leaving, running. And they kept trying to welcome me there. But I would leave. And it was all black women. It was. But the owner of the house was not black. He was an older man, and he had a wife, and he was Caucasian. I had this dream years and years and years ago. Then my auntie wrote me my great aunt wrote me a personal letter. I think like 2012, 13. And in that letter had this little card. It's in a box. And it said God's girl. And she talked to me about some things. And so did many other people. But I still didn't want to accept it. And I went into shutdown and prayed to God. I was at rock bottom. I was at rock bottom. Everything that I knew that I had, that I understood to be me, was like just bam. Honestly. But I also have to remember that I asked God to remove everybody away from me that wasn't supposed to be around me. I was down there so long. So long, hours. And he said, when I do, be ready. Because what you know is your family going to be the first to leave. And I made a promise, and I said to my father that as long as I have you, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. And I meant that. I really did. See, what people don't understand about me and what they don't know about me, I was a little firecracker. I was. I wasn't always as what you call nice. I had to pray on a lot of things. I had to let a lot of things go. So if this was my way of bringing the message and how I had to do it to get the point across, this was how I had to do it. Because tarot and pulling cards is not always dark. I found these at a Dollar General, Dollar Tree. And they're just prayer cards, a daily prayer card. You can make plans, but the Lord's purpose will prevail. And that is so true. His divine power. See, that's where they get the word divine from. Gives us everything we need for a godly life. Divine and godly is in the same sentence. That's why I say two have to go hand in hand. You can't be talking about divine people, divine masculine, divine this, and they're not walking that walk, or they don't have that character. They're not divine. They're just a masculine and a feminine. Period. As they say. Period. That's what they are. Yep. Divine beings do their best to do divine things. And that means they try to keep a balance. Not a perfectness, but a true balance. To where they don't serve a disappointment in God. And they always know that God is this, just that. God is God. I don't have any Vaseline, no lipstick, no makeup, no nothing. I am plain Jane. Yes, I am. My lips are dry. I guess that's why I said that. Very dry. True offering. That's what you gotta do. Ain't nothing perfect about our life. I screw up every day all the time. But it be stupidness. Love. It's not about finding love. You are love itself. Help me, Lord, to send so much compassion and caring to the inner child that I always remember I am love myself. Love itself. Because when you know that, you know that. Yeah. Because you wish well for everyone. You don't wish people no harm. Even when they try to bring it upon you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Direction. Lord, please show me the right direction right now. Please bring a sign and a miracle that gives clear direction. May I hear the promptings of my own body. And if for some reason I'm about to head the wrong way, please stop me. Always. Always. Just what I'm saying. Love and direction. Always remember, gotta let God be God. Can't take what belongs to Him. You will have hardships. May I embrace what's happening right now, as baffling or painful as it is. Help me, God, to trust where you are guiding me. I am yours. Always. Independence. The more you learn to free yourself on the inside and care for the inner child, the more freestanding you become. Help me to feed and love the inner child, dear Lord, and change. Don't scare yourself with the next 40 steps. Oh, I know I got a journey ahead, but it's okay. Already. Self-acceptance. I've accepted that. I have. Divine timing is here with direction, under direction. It's time. Positivity. Positivity. If you can find one thing to be grateful for, it will restore you to the light. Please, dear Lord, let me always feel grateful for something, even a tiny thing, in even the hardest situations. Oh, little birds. Oh, I love them. Yeah, they're so connected to God.